Oh, man, was this an ugly day for the cloud-based software stocks, the kings. After running up dramatically since the December lows, these high flyers are now getting pounded. Why? Because at a certain point, stocks reach a level where they're priced for perfection, and anything less than that results in selling. Take Salesforce CRM, the long-time Cramer fade that's practically the embodiment of the cloud cohort. Stock closed down $6 today as part of this overall sell-off. Then Salesforce reported a strong quarter at the close, and the stock got hit. It got hit pretty heavily after I was trading. Now, this was a really good quarter, people. A top and bottom line beat with management raising their full-year guidance. However, it wasn't perfect. Salesforce guidance for the next quarter was a bit weaker than expected. Given how much this stock had run going into the numbers, anything less than perfection was going to be viewed negatively. But if history is any guide at all, this weakness may turn out to be a terrific buying opportunity. So let's take a close look with Marc Benioff. He's the founder, chairman, and co-CEO of Salesforce. Learn more about his quarter, his company, and the prospects. Mr. Benioff, welcome back to Mad Money.
Hey, Jim, thanks so much for having me, and hello from San Francisco.
Thank you, Mark. Look, let's just get right to it. Mark, I've known you for years, and I know that when I see the stock go down like this, every single time it's been buying opportunity. We know that empirically. People are saying that you missed your April quarter profit forecast, and that therefore people should sell it. I look at the full year, and I just can't believe that anyone reaches that conclusion. Am I wrong, or are the sellers right?
Well, we're only giving first quarter guidance for the first time right now, Jim, so we haven't missed any numbers. And number two, we're raising our full year fiscal guidance to $16.05 billion. That's amazing. In fact, there's never been a faster growing enterprise software company at this level.
Well, okay, so let's try to figure out whether there is some gravitas to what you're predicting or not. You're looking at a full year. Should we really decide that that you are concerned? Is there going to be weakness that your Salesforce has indicated to you, or Keith Block, your co-CEO, has indicated to you, that there is something wrong in the pipeline and you got to flag it?
Jim, we just had a fantastic fourth quarter, and we're taking a look at those numbers right now, and you can see them in front of you. It was an amazing quarter. In fact, we beat our revenue estimates quite handily. And as part of that, well, you mentioned Keith Block. He closed the largest transaction, in our history, and the largest transaction ever in Barclays history. It was a deep 9-digit transaction to help automate their 50 million customers. It really goes to show how the three major trends that are playing out computing today, the cloud, broad digital transformation, and a focus on the customer, can really impact our company by creating a huge deal, and also being able to support a huge transformation at Barclays.
Okay, then, Mark, I'm not hearing you say, and I'm sure because you've been on the show forever, you could say, listen, there are some macro forces that are causing me to be a little less bullish. There are some issues and some competitors that are making me be a little less bullish. I'm not hearing that.
No, Jim, I feel great about our business. I've always felt great about it. I mean, we're coming up on our 20-year anniversary this Friday. It's been 20 years that have been unbelievable to us. Here we are, coming up on a year that we're going to do $16 billion in revenue. That far exceeds my expectation. I still have never been more excited about Salesforce than I am right now. And when I look at the short term, I see $20 billion right around the quarter. I see $30 billion right around the quarter. In fact, we initiated a 4-year guidance today, Jim, of $26 to $28 billion.
Well, that's never been done by anybody at that speed.
It has not, Jim.
Right. I see new clients.
I'll tell you another example is
you
can look at a great deal that we did this quarter with Amgen, a tremendous biotechnology company. And again, this is a company that's really expanding with our health cloud. This is our vertical strategy to build products specifically for certain industries. And in this case, our health cloud is going to help Amgen connect with their customers in a whole new way.
Okay, well, Mark, this is really important because I take Aimovig, okay, which is a migraine drug. Right now, Lilly is a competitor, and Lilly is really good at dealing with the consumer. Everybody knows that Amgen goes through McKesson, which is not as good. Are you making it so that they can somehow appeal to the consumer directly? Because that could blunt what the competitor Lilly has.
Jim, you know that this is true, that every B2B company and B2C company is becoming a B2B2C company. What company does not have to directly connect with the consumer? Not just Amgen, everybody. I mean, you could be a traditional industrial company, we've talked about that before, who's selling to B2B resellers. You have to be ready in this kind of connected digital revolution to be able to connect directly to your consumer as well. That's a major trend that we've benefited from for so many years now, and you're going to see that continue to play out, and that's certainly something driving this relationship with Amgen as well.
All right, so I'm in Milan, and I go to the Milan Fashion Week, and there's this fella, Brunello Cucinelli. I mean, this is the highest fashion in the world. Why does he need Salesforce, Mark?
Well, I'm so glad you had a good trip to Italy, Jim, and you saw some Salesforce customers, which was exciting. And you're right, you saw Brunello Cucinelli, one of the great fashion brands in the world. And we've completely transformed Brunello Cucinelli because he has actually touches the customer in many different forms. And let's talk about that. One, yes, he has a direct B2C relationship, right? He's online with them. We run his website, brunellocucinelli.com. You go into his stores. That's a direct consumer connection. But did you know he's a B2B company also, Jim? Well, that's because he's selling to resellers who are reselling his products in some of the big retail stores around the world. He's a B2B and a B2C company. We have to bring it all together with him and give him a single view of his customer. That's the transformation he has to go through and has gone through, and that's why he's had such great growth. We're so excited for him.
One last question. I see Google as a customer. Mark, why does Google need you? Google, they're geniuses.
Well, Google is one of our largest customers, Jim. You know that, and the reason why is Google's a highly diversified company with a lot of different businesses who sell to a lot of different customers all over the world. It's not just the search company, it's not just the cloud company, it's many companies. And they need tools to be able to bring all their customer information together in a consistent way. They have to be able to do it easily, and they have to actually do it at a low cost. That's why Salesforce has been so successful for Google, and that's really exciting for us. But I got to go back to Italy, Jim, because another great example isn't just Brunello Cucinelli. What about Lamborghini? I heard you went there, too.
Well, we test drove a Lamborghini. I didn't know why they needed you, but apparently they do that because they like to be in touch with the customer.
Well, here's another great example. Of course, Lamborghini is actually traditionally a B2B type company. They're selling to their dealers. They're making sure their dealers are successful. Some of those dealers are not even owned by Lamborghini. But now they need to be able to connect with their customer in real time, all the time. They're also a B2C direct customer. And that's why the new Urus, which is the car that you saw in Italy, Jim, their new SUV, is built entirely on Salesforce. It's the connected Lamborghini. That's a vision for all car companies in the future, that they can directly connect with you, not just connect with their dealer. And that's the B2C and B2B transformation that we're talking about.
It's remarkable. Of course, it's causing husband to be pitted against wife. It's a beautiful car. But, Mark, I want to thank you. And I didn't hear that.
We already know how that's going to work out, Jim.
Thank you very much for explaining to people.
Jim, you should do that for your wife. She does a lot for you.
True.
Yes, true. Ciao, Jim.
True.
See you next quarter.
Okay, that's Marc Benioff, founder, chairman, and co-CEO of Salesforce CRM. What can I say? I mean, it's going to go down. And what's been the right thing to do since the stock was at 8 when he first came on? You buy it. Mad Money's back after the break. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.